All right, everybody, we are back. It is Safe to Launch Favorites Podcast, Favorites Channel, Favorites Everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also, follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and of course, pandasubs.com. Discount code TDL for 35% off. All right, so me and Matt we're officially out of content, so we're just we came up with some ideas. So we're doing McCall, who is a new defensive tackle, that Matt really liked, that maybe has a chance to make this football team. I'm gonna do Jakobi Meyers. Just check out what Jakobi looked like last season and see what he did and see how that goes. Ain't nothing really going on before training camp. I mean, besides I guess you're not doing any media for Costa Mesa. I think they're leaving to Costa Mesa tomorrow. So it's and I never have to watch Jimmy Garoppolo film again. I'm very excited about that. This is my last time. I went out with a bang this time, guys. It was awesome. So never again. It was a
nice.
Great
Congratulations.
celebration. Thanks, man. It was a celebration today. Never have to watch that shit again. So very exciting. But yeah, let's get into it. I mean, because like I said, nothing much is happening. Nothing that's happening right now at all, really. Be a in deep search for minings right now. I might have to make something up. I don't know. Find an old quote. But yesterday I found like a Trey Taylor quote yesterday from his coach. It was
nice.
Yeah, it was deep. So talk about McCall a little bit. What you see from him and what do you think about his outlook?
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy like I've been talking about. Part of the reason I want to do it is I think the last few times we talked about him, I mentioned that he's got a chance to make the team. So I was more curious to what we could dive into and what we could find from him. Didn't play in the regular season at all last year, but did play in the preseason. So we're gonna look at the couple of games that he played in and a few notable plays. I mean, like you'd expect with any guy that's at the bottom of the roster, definitely has his flaws. But again, with the Raiders having an opening for that second nose tackle gap filler type of spot behind John Jenkins, he's a guy that could end up making the roster. So figured I'd show people what he's capable of. Definitely some limitations, especially athletically against against reach blocks and combos and outside zone concepts, that kind of stuff. But about as you expect from a dude who I think he was in college like 380 or something like that, a big dude in the middle who can who, when he's right and when he keeps his pads down, can be a disruptive player. Can be hard to block one-on-one and can be good against, more downhill concepts where he's not having to move laterally quite as much. So,
okay. Yeah, so I did Jakobi Meyers. I mean, Jakobi Meyers is solid, man. I mean, he's 800 yards a year. I wonder how his targets are going to be this year. It's interesting, when we watch the receiver show, you can see why Adams was mad because Jimmy Garoppolo used to throw to him a lot. Jimmy was throwing him like 12 times a game. Like I was looking at the targets. It was high, 12 times a game for Jimmy throwing to Jakobi Meyers. He was getting a lot of targets early on in the season. The Broncos game got a lot of targets. Steelers game. I get the Packers game a little bit in there, but yeah, he got a lot of targets, man, early on. It kind of died down a little bit when O'Connell came in because Aiden was throwing more to Devontae to end the year. So I mean, I think he had Devontae had 73 targets to end the season. So during with Aiden O'Connell, he only had 49 with Aiden O'Connell. So it was a totally different outlook for Jakobi Meyers, and I kind of would expect that more to be the 6 target a game type of thing for him. But I think he has more of an impact, on you could do trick plays with him, you could do reverses, things like that. He has pretty good yak ability too, which is a very underrated part of his game. So yeah, I think they should move him inside a little bit more. I'm just kind of show that how he does. He's a good slot receiver. But I don't know how they're going to work that out with these tight ends and stuff like that, or what they could do with Jakobi Meyers. But I think he definitely can contribute this year and help with his team out. He's just a solid guy, man. I mean, he's 800 yards a year every single year. It's his stat line is literally the same every single season.
Yeah.
So he had a career high in touchdowns this past year. So yeah, I mean, he definitely had some upside to him. He definitely looked pretty good on film. So like I said, but Jimmy Garoppolo is definitely his boy. I don't know. Maybe he just moves offense quicker. But Adams didn't off. I don't know. It was weird. But as soon as Aiden came in, it was like, oh, let's throw Devontae. So I see why Devontae liked Aiden
O'Connell. Makes a lot more sense now.
Because it was literally 12, 12, 12, 12, 5, 6, 5, 6. crazy change. All right, man. Let's get into McCall. Let's check him out and see what you got here and see what his outlook is for the 2024 season.
Sounds good. All right, so we'll start out with a little bit of what I was talking about, just kind of where he kind of struggles a little bit in the running game. Like you can see on this rep here, like it's pure. I think this might be actually mid zone. No, I think it's outside zone. Yeah, looks like outside. I'm trying to run here. But you can see, like even pre-snap, he's going to shift to inside or outside shade, or I guess the center's right shoulder here, and he's going to have like leverage pre-snap, but then off the ball, not exactly the fastest dude. This is the other thing is like he's not bad with his pad level. He's just more inconsistent. Like you can see, like he's pretty high right here, like in centers underneath him. Not only that, base is way too narrow to be able to take on this block, and again, having to move laterally and almost side shuffle rather than working up the field. And he ends up getting reached. And like you'll see this quite a few times on his tape when he gets solo blocked. That's his one problem. And then we'll see a similar rep here on a backside of a mid zone on, I guess, a scoop block here. That was the word I was looking for. Like you can see here, like again, when he's got to move laterally, not quite the same. Pad level issues. Also gives up his chest here, lets that center turn his shoulders, and then the guard takes it over too. And I think this was actually the Jets starting offensive line, or at least some of the starters. Like that was Govern. I believe that was that Tomlinson? Was he on the team last year, I believe?
Yeah.
But like just to give you a little bit of an idea of what it would be. So that's the part of the issue with his game right now is he will get reached out of his gap and scooped occasionally. But he did have some more encouraging reps. I don't know if this one is necessarily one I call great. But you can see like here, like he does a much better job of attacking the center, pad level. Like that was so much, like just so much better between that last rep that we saw. Like you can see here, like even a little bit, he's got his head underneath the helmet or underneath the center's helmet. And like you can obviously notice a big difference in his base. And he does a much better job. Now he eventually ends up coming up, but at the very least, he does a good job of attacking the center and holding up the center for a second to help 57 come free. Had 57 hit this a little bit harder. Now, obviously, the center ends up working off of him. And this is the other thing that we'll see on another clip, too, is like I'd like to see McCall do a better job of staying square and fighting back. And again, that'll help him occupy the center and keep this linebacker free. So he's not a perfect player by any means, but we're getting better at least from that rep. Similar one here, not the cleanest, but you can see like that time 57 was able to come free a little bit more. Again, tying up the center. Much better pad level and base at the point of contact. Just rise a little bit. And same issue as before. Like to see him stay square and work on that rotational strength to be able to keep the center occupied the entire time. Very least, that linebacker's free to come off and make that play in that gap. We've at least done our job at this point of staying in our gap and at least disrupting the center's path to the second level. Also, linebacker can be a little bit faster on that read. So you can see a little bit of the John Jenkins in him. Moving on to a few more positive reps. This time he's going to get the solo block here on this mid zone, it looks like, against the center. And I mean, this is what you're hoping for with this dude. Like, again, 350-pound dude, able to win at the point of attack, keeps his pads back down, hands inside. Again, big key for him, keeping that pad level. And then with one-on-one blocks, he's going to eat those alive. One-on-one base blocks, I should say. He's going to eat those alive. Gets off the tackle or gets off the block and goes in and gets the tackle. Same here on this one. This time he's going to be on the backside with a little power. Pretty good job of recognizing it. What I like about that, too, is he recognizes the down block from the center. You can see him immediately take his eyes to the guard. And then he just kind of sinks and uses his size to his advantage. Base is decent, at least, for the most part. It does get a little narrow here. But he's big and strong enough to hold off this guard. And then he ends up, escaping the block. And he actually ends up, he doesn't make the tackle here, but he's going to draw the penalty here. Like you'll see that the ref throw the flag over here for a hold. Like you can see just a lot better at the point of attack and taking on this down block than what we've seen before. So one-on-one, he's hard to move. one more here. This one was pretty impressive too because just from a pure physical and like strength standpoint, like you're gonna see him like lose his footing, right? Like his front, like it looks like this inside foot slips, even though maybe even the outside one too, and he ends up dropping to a knee, but then is strong enough to be able to get back up and go ahead and get off that block and then go in and make the play. This was pretty damn impressive to me. The fact that he was able to recover like this and still win at the point of attack. Like if you see like centers or the guards got him like a good chance to bury him, but then he just kind of recovers and bench presses him off of him and ends up getting off the block. That was pretty damn impressive. That was one that got me a little fired up to watch him play. But yeah, nothing special. Nothing, a guy that's gonna go in and I think light it up. But again, for that role of the backup nose tackle, he's definitely a guy that can fill it. Again, preseason film, so who knows how he does when the bullets really get flying and that kind of stuff. But definitely a dude who can do some things against the run, especially when he's got those one-on-one opportunities.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you talk about him, some of the linebackers feeling it is preseason, so you're not gonna have some of the best linebackers in the world behind him, right? But I mean, he does look like he got some power there, right? Just a good pad level, some power. Sure. And they do need a backup nose guard. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know who's gonna play nose if John Jenkins ended up, going down or something like that. But because he's like literally the only nose guard.
Legit.
They have nobody else. Right. So
and Jenkins is 35, so there's a good chance that he might have to miss a game with something like that. So maybe you put Nesta there, but that's not, again, from what we've seen from Nesta, like that's not really his style. Like he likes to get off the ball and go a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, especially with him being 35, and I mean he was pretty healthy last year, I guess. Man, he hung around. He played all 17 games. But
that's true.
You're betting your luck, though. I mean, that's you're testing your luck. I mean, testing your luck there. All right, let's get this to Jakobi Meyers, guys. Let's get this. All right, so one thing about Jakobi Meyers that I really like is that he definitely does a good job of finding zones here. So see him here against the Packers. Looks like they're playing a little bit of cover 2 here. And you see he does a good job of getting to this area right here. He's going to end up stopping right there. Big himself build the quarterback. Like I said, he does have some pretty good yak. You don't see it here, but he does a good job of just kind of finding that zone, understanding what he needs to do, a little slant flat concept. So, I mean, that's why I feel like he's a little bit better inside the slot. But he's just effective. It's more how kind of boring he is because he's just so solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is the last time I'm watching Jimmy Garoppolo film, guys. Be excited about this. All right. And you see here, he's in the slot again right here. And what I like about this one, right, is that how quick he gets out of the slant. I don't think he's supposed to run it this quick, but he sees how off the safety is. He just gets right into that slant super quick. This allows him to get available to the quarterback. He's able to score a touchdown. It's part of his 8 touchdowns. So it's something that he does really well too. He kind of just he can see things. Like he's a very smart player. Like I don't need to get crazy in this route. I just need to get into it so I can be available for the quarterback. And then next thing you know, I'm in the end zone for a touchdown. And this type of consistent things that he was able to do on film, and like especially in the red zone and these slants. I mean, he does a good job of just finding the end zone, fighting through tackles. He's not an easy guy to tackle. Definitely a player that he could find ways to make plays. You see him here, like I said, in the slot, move him inside a little bit. I usually like this concept a little bit because he kind of just basically a clear out for him. And like I said, he's going to find this zone and then get his head round to the quarterback super quick. And then O'Connell will just get that ball to him. And then here, he doesn't have a clear path to the end zone, but he's able to make a guy miss. Touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, he had 8 touchdowns last year. I mean, he was very effective with the ball in his hands, scored a lot of touchdowns. We're not even really counting the 2 rush touchdowns because I think he had the 2 rush touchdowns. He had like 10 touchdowns, actually.
Yeah, a hell of a year.
Yeah, so yeah, 10 touchdowns on the year. He's sneaky fantasy guy, sneaky fantasy. All right, so then you got him right here too in the slot. So like I said, you could get him in these alignments where you got the tight end outside, got him inside. You could have Trey Tucker here or whatever you need to have. And this is more a little bit of a better throw by O'Connell, but you still see him here. He's able to get past Trent McDuffie, who's one of the best slot corners in football, right? He's able to stack him here. And like I said, this had to be a good throw, but you like the late hands too, which doesn't allow McDuffie to find the football. He's able to make that catch. He catches everything too. That's one thing I really like about him. Like he does not have a lot of drops. He catches everything. In traffic, it doesn't matter. You get the ball around him. It's a good chance he's going to come down with that football. You see here. It's a good throw by O'Connell here. You see here, able to extend. Great hands. Make a play on that ball. Bring it in. Third down. Great play. All right, so here he is on the dagger concept outside right here. All right, good job. Right, getting inside there on Jair Alexander. Right, it looks like they're playing a little cover 6 here. He's able to get inside there. It's really not a great decision by Jimmy Garoppolo, but he makes the catch. Right, so I'm talking about his great hands, great catches in traffic. I mean, this definitely should have been picked off, but I mean, this is a big drive for them, helped them win this game. You see here, just makes a great catch in traffic there. So he's effective, man. I mean, that's the thing. Like when you have some injuries or something like that, you feel good about this by receivers. I mean, even with Michael Gallup is kind of like the same type of player he is. So it just fits well. You see here, and one thing he did better this year than he did when I saw him previously on film is that he's just a lot better versus press coverage. I mean, this turns into cover 2. They're trying to get their heads around here, but it's a great throw by Connell too. But you see, it's a great catch too. I mean, great concentration. Yeah. The guy's in his face. He would get his feet down here, but it's a great throw too. But you see, good job catching that ball. Get his feet down. Traffic, don't drop it. Get your corner yelled at. He's angry, man. He didn't do something he was supposed to do. I don't know what it was, but maybe he thought he was gonna get a pick or something. But you see, yeah, just good extension, great hands, great catch. All right, you see him here against press coverage too at the bottom. This was something about you definitely got a lot better first press coverage, and showing that ability to kind of play outside and inside. I mean, this definitely is more condensed. You see here, right here, get a little arm over, fight to get the position against Michael Davis here, and he's able to find that football, make a diving catch. This is great hands. I mean, he catches everything. That ball's around him somewhere. He's able to make diving catches. Great catch right there. Help out your quarterback. Touchdown.
Dope from the 5 too.
I know. So, and then like this is what I was talking about. What he also can do is just make plays, with the ball in his hands. Like here you go right here on the reverse. And you see him just kind of make some guys miss, get in that end zone. So he's a very versatile player too. Like even like on like kickoffs, like I feel like you could mix it up with him with the new kickoff system because the way how good he is with reverses, he sees the field very well. I know this is easy vision here, right? But I think he does a good job of working this block by Devontae Adams. Good block by Devontae, and he's able to cut back inside. So watch it one more time here. This was I forgot the Bull Harder. This is his best play call. It was the first play, his first game. You see there, he just has his good. You realize it was, and then like this play right here against the Broncos, where he just makes a play out of nowhere. So on this one, you see here, he's supposed to try to get this ball. Somebody, I'm just getting reverse fields, right? And so I'm talking about you could mix it up with him on kickoff because like different things like this, you might get some big plays on some of those reverses on kickoffs. So they try to mix it up. Tom McMahon can mix it up with him. I don't know what Dancy's doing there, but You know, he's on the team to dance. You see it here. Make this play, like, you know, because you're trying to get this throw to Devontae Adams. Not there. He does a great job reversing field. Making a play. Like I said, once again, making another guy miss in open field. Touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, he has a knack for the end zone. I mean, that's one thing that you notice with him is a big knack for the end zone. Able to get in there a lot. Definitely he's got help in the red zone. We definitely saw that this year when he was targeted. And, you know, it's a place where you should target him. And we should get him the ball because, like, he can do fades. Like I said, he catches everything. You can mix it up with him out there. And I think Jakobi Meyers has a chance to kind of really help his football team in different ways. Like, you just don't have to get him on the targets, but, you know, he's walking 800 yards, right? You don't know how these targets are going to get distributed, how it's going to get, you know, we'll figure that out during the season. You know, there's so many weapons, and I'm sure they'll figure it out. And Devontae's going to get his the most, and everybody has to get in where they fit in. But I think that, you know, he's going to be a contributor in some games more than others. And, you know, hopefully Getsy decides to pick matchups with these guys because, you know, if they have weaker corners outside, and then maybe we should be attacking outside with these guys. They're weaker inside with linebackers, we attack with tight ends. There's a lot of versatility they can do with these guys. And, you know, you can get him in the screen game too because, like I said, he can make guys miss in open field. So there's a lot of things you could do with Jakobi Meyers. And, you know, you can mix it up with him and, you know, find ways for him to be effective.
Yeah, I mean his yak ability is interesting to me because that's like one area where I kind of think he like has some room for improvement because he's obviously not like the biggest dude that's going to run people over, or he's not really like that quick. But like the few clips you showed, like what he is good is turning up the field. Like he can change direction pretty well, and like he's really good at finding the right lane. Like his vision's pretty good. Like even on that run that you showed with Devontae, like he does have like some areas that like are encouraging for him after the catch. I just don't know how like necessarily shifty he is, kind of deal.
Yeah.
And like his numbers after the catch aren't that good for his entire career, but he definitely has a lot of good things where like he's just like kind of like what you were hinting at, like a very reliable, very dependable receiver. Like again, you know what you're going to get from Jakobi Meyers. He's going to get you the 800 yards, and that's what you kind of want out of your number two. I think for most of the time is like the guy that you can just kind of rely on, and the fact he catches everything, like you said, just throw it in his area, and he'll find a way to get underneath it, kind of deal.
Yeah. You just throw it in his area, man. He makes plays for you, dude. He makes tons of plays. He's definitely a good player. And like I said, they got a lot of weapons on offense. I think they're very underrated outside. So I mean, it's something that I think they're gonna be able to. Aiden O'Connell just got to play point guard. Just don't do too much. Don't try to make it too many plays. Just get the ball to these guys, man. That's all I gotta do. Play point guard. We just need you to be Andre Miller. You ain't gotta be Russell Westbrook. Andre Miller. That's who we need you to be. Andre Miller, man. Yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, it's a quick episode. I mean, like I said, we really don't have everything starts next week. We're gonna have some we're gonna be able to talk training camp. We're gonna be able to talk all the mess that's going around, all the buzz, the stuff, whatever, even though they're keeping the media out. I don't know if that's gonna be all the media, but I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, I don't know. Is it even like everyone's out and not getting approved for Costa Mesa? Is that how it works?
I don't know. It said the local media. So Mike Flora, I have to read that article. I don't know exactly what it said, but
I think it means like just SoCal media, maybe.
That's
not
weird.
Vegas. I don't know, because the Rams and the Chargers don't want to lose any more fans than they already don't have.
Chargers are haters, man. They're haters. That's the most hating thing I ever see. It's like, just no, LA Times, you can't go. That's like, wow, that is just hate. But I mean, it's too hot, man, in Vegas, bro. It's too hot. I don't blame them.
Yeah.
It's way too damn hot.
Not at all.
All right, guys. So we're gonna have some, like I said, we have some cool stuff. I should be there Friday. Probably not gonna get any action, but it is what it is. I'm gonna be there Friday. I can tell you who. I can at least tell you who's with first team and second team. You're gonna get that. I'm gonna tell you who got more first team snaps than more. I'm gonna tell you that. I can tell you that. That's all I know. But so I'll be out there Friday checking it out and seeing what's going on there. And then they'll give you all the coverage, guys. I mean, it's football time. So hope you guys enjoyed this quick episode. Just like I said, it was real quick. Going over a couple of players, but the real action starts next week. The film's over. We're getting to some new film here in a couple weeks here, guys. We're excited here. We got about 3 weeks to our first new film. with preseason stuff. So we're excited for the season, and it's time, man. It's football. It's been a long process, long free agency, long draft. We're here. So like I said, guys, hit the subscribe button, subscribe. We are out of here. Peace.